Adil, great to catch up with you after a while, and that too after you have created this new big record that all of us want to hear about. So tell me first and foremost, how does it feel to actually have run 7 marathons across 7 continents?
Thank you, sir, for first giving me this opportunity to have this conversation with you. It obviously feels great. It was something that I didn't really plan maybe more than about last 2 years or so. I actually started running just about 10 years back, but the bulk of my running has happened only in the last 3-4 years. And when I'd finished my World 6 majors, I wanted to find a new quest, and this was the next one, to run the continent, a marathon in every continent. And in this month of January, I managed to run the last 2 continents that were left, which was Antarctica and South America, and that's how I finished my 7 continents.
That's fantastic. So why don't you give me a sense of what was exciting about Antarctica, what's great about the white, kind of continent, what did you see there, what did you do there, how did you even live?
Okay, so Antarctica is not like any city or country. There are no buildings, there are no roads. The airfield was just a simple strip of mud. The plane just landed and we just got out. There's no immigration, there's no customs, there's no airport. You just walk out of the plane and you walk. And each country has, whoever is representing in Antarctica has got some bases. A base means nothing but some prefabricated huts and, some not log, but those tin shed kind of huts. And people move there in rotation. So, and when we landed there, it was cold. I had spent 60 hours reaching South America. And then once I was in Chile, I fell sick. I had fever, cold, and all that. So when I landed in Antarctica, I was, pretty ill. And we landed, and then we were told to walk for about 1 kilometer to the nearest bathroom, because the basic rule about Antarctica is that you cannot leave anything in Antarctica that doesn't belong to Antarctica. They want to keep it environmentally, absolutely fragile. They don't want anything from any other part of the world to come there and be there, which is not part of it. So, to the extent that your poop has to be taken back with you also, you can't leave it behind in Antarctica. We were told don't wander anywhere. It was all barren. Either it was black rock or it was ice. And the beautiful part of Antarctica was the icebergs and the penguins. There were a whole lot of penguins and they were very friendly. They would just walk next to you. They wouldn't feel worried or scared of human beings as such. So that was, in a way, what is Antarctica.
What actually motivates you to run these kind of marathons? What keeps you ticking?
Well, running is health. I want to stay healthy till my last day in this world. I don't want to, become sick in my old age and, suffer like so many, relatives I've seen, my family, etc. So I want to be healthy throughout. And when actually my wife ran the first run in our family, and we all followed her. And after that, running, you're free, sir. When you run, you get up in the morning and you get out in the open, and it's, it can be a hot day or a cold day or a windy day or whatever. You just feel nice. You go out for a run or you go out for a cycle ride, and you feel fresh, you feel one with nature. A lot of runs happen before the sun rises, so, you watch beautiful sunrises as you're running in the morning. And then when I started running in places across the world, it became a way to see the world. And I coined a word called runication. It means a run and a vacation, So between me and my wife, we went to, so many parts of the world, and we would have never done that if it wasn't for marathons and for running.
That's amazing. And I hope you know that every time you run, there are thousands and thousands of WNS colleagues of yours who are cheering you on and who are really delighted with, the success that you're having and creating in the world of running. Do you wear a WNS t-shirt whenever you run?
95% of the times.
That's
5% is because there have been times in the morning when I've gotten up and somehow I haven't been able to find it in the hurry to go for a run. Otherwise, 95% of the times, always I wear my WNS shirt. I mean the sleeveless t-shirt that I have. In Antarctica, I wore it. I wore it in the South America run. So my WNS t-shirt goes. It's always in my bag when I go for a run. And to your point, sir, yes, I'm so happy that so many people in the company have begun running. And last year we had over 8,000 people who did some sporting activity through our WNS Sports initiative that we run under your guidance. And I think I would expect a day that at least 50% of the people run. So the goal is to at least hit 20,000 people, in the next maybe year or two, to ensure that, so many others can also be, can enjoy the joy of running or any other physical sport that they'd like.
So tell us a little bit about diet and, discipline, as you make this kind of part of your life.
So as a triathlete, there are actually 4 disciplines. There is swimming, cycling, and running. And the 4th discipline is diet. Right? If you can't eat healthy and if you can't be disciplined about diet, it's very difficult to to manage your training as well as your actual events. I try my best to avoid eating say oily food or fast food and stuff like that. I also don't believe in this theory of having a big hearty breakfast. I'm somewhat a fan of intermittent fasting. So my last meal would be, say, about 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock at night. And then my next meal may be, say, 2 o'clock or 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So I would have a 15, 16-hour gap, without food. And I haven't felt weaker or, in any way lesser. And there's a thumb rule. For every extra kilo that you carry in your body as body weight, you'll be 4 minutes slower in a full marathon. It's a thumb rule. So, so let's assume if somebody is 10 kilos overweight, means it can take 40 minutes more to finish. So to stay healthy, that's why you'll never see a bodybuilder marathon. You'll see very lean people, thin people. All endurance athletes will be, very lean human beings.
So what's next, Adil?
This year I have 2 events lined up, which are 2 major events. One is my Ironman in Sweden, which is in August. And then a friend of mine and me are together going in September to swim the English Channel. So our plan is to swim from England to France, that is Dover to Calais. We've already, paid our entry, and we've found a pilot. We need a boat, because as per the English Channel Swim Association rules, you need to have a pilot boat, because it's one of the busiest sea routes in the world. So you just can't go swimming across the ocean, because you could get killed by some ship coming over you and stuff like that. So all that has to be regularly planned. So that's my two main events for the year, and hopefully the English Channel one is the one which I'm a little nervous about. Ironman to ho jayega, but the English Channel one is somewhere which I'm is going to be a little tough for me, because you're going to swim in temperatures which would be could even be single digits or maybe 12 to 14 degrees. And as per the English Channel swim rules, you can't wear a wetsuit, you can't wear anything beyond the briefs that you have to swim in.
Well, that's great. It's been wonderful interacting with you. I must say that all of us at WNS are very proud of you. We are all very motivated to follow in your footsteps. And we're looking forward to hearing more and more about some of your success stories. So all the very best, and let's shake your other hand.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.